On the side of the road stands the child waving his arms frantically. Around the corner, fleeting as the back end of an ice cream truck, hope of the cold treat gone. Mom's hand squeezed the child in an effort to convey the next time comfort. It didn't help much. Junior high dance. He knew who he'd ask without much thought. No longer just a child, he hoped his mom wouldn't make a big deal. Next year, he would be a high schooler, fleeting were the times of PB&Js. One more embarrassing squeeze of the cheeks was all he could handle. Hope. That was the girl he would date for the next few years. He hoped for longer, but they didn't talk much anymore. By junior year, he had found a new main squeeze. At prom, they went too far, but he wasn't ready for his own child. He wished his teenage life to come soon, and now it was fleeting, right before his eyes, and he knew what came next. 9 months later, and there he was, next to the hospital bed by his girlfriend's side. She had hoped he would stay. Fleeting memories of his father didn't help him much. He wasn't around a lot for him as a child. Her fingers grasped his and gave a tight squeeze. A few hours later, the baby's tiny fingers squeezed, so he stayed there, next to the incubator for the entire night, his child. What a surprise, maybe even a miracle, enough of one he hoped that it would make him a better father. Make much different mistakes, but hopefully smaller. Fleeting was the minute hand on the hospital clock. Fleeting were the moments of prom and graduation. Squeezing through the crowd, he found his mom and paid much more attention to the wrinkles next to her eyes and bags under them. Still, he had her hope in his future, something he wouldn't have seen as a child. Fleeting were other people as he stood next to his mom, squeezing her tight, hoping he never has to let her go. So much he had learned from her, from child to present day.
Gender is a lot like Pokemon. There are...
I take a breath, then another breath.
Shook his head and said, "Space boy, wake up. You've been in orbit. Listen to your brain, which speaks the weather."